Please visit us again. Goodbye. Welcome.
The Astropump survived the horror. Apollo survived the horror PC fire. The Astropump lives. Tomato stream. My name is Paul Berserker01 Batman Shelley, your humble host and space bartender here at the Astropub, your space bar at the end of the universe. Sit back, relax, enjoy the show. We got a good one for you. How y'all doing?
Your vehicle.
You can take away my spaceship.
Spaceship.
You can take away my space suit.
Suit.
You can even take away my space lasers.
No pew-pews.
But you can never,
ever
take away my space game.
Hey, thank you so much for that. 48 months of support. You're very important, Papa. Very impressive, Mr. Any pedestrian. This your father return drinking night. Shots and cheers in chat, y'all. Shots and cheers. Is this stream quiet for anyone else? I don't know. What are you up to there? I saw someone on YouTube pop up, so it's finally working. Finally. It's saying it's not getting a good video to maintain on YouTube. No, I got off of X. I've locked my account there. You've known me for 4 years, yeah. Yeah, 48 months. You're talking 4-3 and doing some event shenanigans, and it was shenaniganing hard, of course. The event is basically broken. It's broken to the point where it's working. It's broken more often than it's working.
Hello, how can Miss help you today? Systems on.
Looks okay. Is it is the quality good or bad? Because yeah, all of the metrics on my side are saying that it's like choppy, and it's saying it's unstable on Twitch, but still talking to people who have the intro left to do. Yep. I got lucky during my subathon on Monday, and managed to get a server that had no problems, and then every other server since then has fucked up.
Landing gear out.
Hey, we shenanigan last night. Even the Stormbreaker worm was bugged. I have yet to finish ArcCorp. I've yet to finish any one. So, like, if I have a chance to, I'll finish Arc. I've got Microtech down up to a point, but I really just want ArcCorp. I just finished all 4. I'm tired, boss. I can imagine. From what I've seen in 4.3, they have extended it, or at least they seem to intend to, because all of the resource rush missions are available in 4.3. Which, you know, is the proper course of action considering how fucked it is right now. Looks good now? Okay. Yeah, now on Twitch, it's looking like it says it's excellent connection on Twitch. So it might just be a few moments and for YouTube to catch up. Oh, it's because I'm in the ultra low latency. I should probably just turn that to low latency and probably improve it a little bit. I just tuned back in. What did you have to replace in the stream PC? Power supply.
Genesis.
Power supply was literally... all right. I have a video because it was doing it so often I had to catch it, but I managed to catch it. This is what it sounded like, chat. This is what it sounded like. That was the noise that my power supply was making. It started making that noise right before I was gonna do office hours on Thursday. And I was like, no. So I luckily was able to get a return for it. So I'm gonna go return it tomorrow. And then and then I also was able to pick up a Be Quiet power source, which is the same quality in terms of like the same number of wattage and everything, but it was for Be Quiet. And I got $40 off on it. So I was able to pick up a new power supply for $60, and I'm gonna get a full refund of like $90, $93, $94 on the one that I purchased that's broken. Yeah, it was the fan. The fan is definitely broken. It was probably the bearings on the fan, but like it's brand new. It's to the point where not even the manufacturer warranty, the warranty that came with the seller, it was still on that. I could still return it through the seller. It was like, damn. That's how I knew it was. I literally built it the day before I went to Quantum Vegas. So like July 11th, July 10th. So, in good news, getting a full refund is not bad. And bad news, it meant that I had to crack open the PC, replace all of the wires, replace all of the and replace the entire power supply, which is always frustrating and difficult because you just gotta put your get into the really tight spaces to put some of those powers in. But got it to work. It's functioning, and it's actually quieter now. And I think a lot of the fan noise that I was getting from my stream PC was probably just that PC was fucked. That a power supply was fucked is what it was. And you know what? The funniest thing? That is 100% what has happened before with me. I have now discovered that the weirdest things that happen to me isn't anything revolving like hardware you'd think. It's always the power supply. The power supply is always the thing that goes weird for me. Because that happened with the last gaming PC, not the current gaming PC, but the last gaming PC didn't work. Wasn't working properly because the GPU was off. I mean, all of my cabling is behind the motherboard plate, except for the like power cords to the local. They're pulled as tight as possible. But yeah, 4.3 is looking good. It's hard to judge because it is 100% an Evocati branch, so performance was great.
You can take away my spaceship.
But that's because no one's playing
Take away
it.
my space
Suit.
You can even take away my space lasers.
No pew-pews.
Welcome.
But you
to
can
the
never,
ASOP vehicle
Never.
retrieval system.
Ever.
take away my space game.
Your vehicle has been moved to the storage system.
Victura just resubscribed for 60 months, 5 years Lieutenant. Thanks for always making me and so many others feel welcome in the Astropub. Cheers.
Thank you so much for that 5 years of support, the Victoria. You're very important, Pupper. It's very impressive, Mr. Very pedestrian. This, your father, you're drinking night. Shots and cheers in chat, y'all. Shots and cheers. How long did you struggle to get the EPS connector in? Which one's the EPS? Is that the one that goes to the? Is that the fat one? Not the one that goes and that goes to the motherboard, not the small one. Because the fat one took me a bit. The smaller one was a little bit easier. Question: does 100 locations for this makes basically a PvE activity as seemingly it would be hard to bump into folks? I mean, that was obviously the intention. I said it on the Lunch Equals podcast, which we Tomato and I were discussing this very thing, and I said like this is clearly designed for server meshing.
Your insurance claim has been sent. Please visit us again.
Yeah, no, those are in. I don't know if they work very well, Dell, but they are in. I've actually flipped the switch. There's one of those things where you could flop a switch. I pulled it. I didn't do anything, but yeah, you could pull it and you can actually see your hand go. Troont. I wonder if the 100 locations is a placeholder because they don't have instances. Well, they don't. You can't quantum to them, so probably. Yes, you do land in a hangar when you arrive. I didn't realize you landed in a hangar, so I got out and I ran around trying to find something, and then Tomato's like, no, you landed in the hangar. I was like, oh shit, really? So then I called it and got in there.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system. Your insurance claim has been sent. Thank you. Please visit us again.
The whole back end of the event is proof of concept, yeah. But I mean, it's clear like that they were originally designed for instancing. And even Tomato like looked up the monthly report, because I can mention the monthly report. He looked up the monthly report. It's like, all right, I forgot in June they said specifically that they're working on dynamic server meshing, which is required for instancing. It's like, yeah, this wasn't intended as an instance event, and for whatever reason they didn't get it in. Probably because it's going to take them longer than they thought to get dynamic server meshing in. I do believe that dynamic server meshing is probably before the end of this year, if not early next year. That's probably the trajectory they're shooting for. It'll be nice to see lore with these less risk because there is lore in these. There's also radiation, y'all. Serious radiation in certain parts of it. Because there's a core that you can walk by and it will irradiate you. So you need to be careful. Oh. I thought I updated the title. I guess I didn't. There we go. Should be updated now. The core apparently has a harvestable? Yeah. Yeah, the underground instant zones. They're not instanced in game though.
Welcome.
Yeah, player interactions are in 4.3.
Retrieval system.
I don't know how much it is, but there's definitely there. You don't hit buttons. When you push a button, you don't go and hit a button with your hand though. It's just certain interactions are in. And I will say this.
Your vehicle, please visit us again.
The cope zones feel like Squadron 42. They're heavily influenced by Squadron. Am I optimistic about 4.3? No, I wouldn't say I'm optimistic about 4.3 because me in game with like 6 other people isn't a good indication of performance or activity. I don't know if there's when I was in there, you didn't hit interactions with the cockpit. It was very limited. It was like pulling a lever and stuff like that. I hope the missions themselves are somewhat dynamic so that walkthroughs can be posted immediately. Can't be posted immediately. There's a little bit of dynamism, but not that much. Oh yeah, it's so good. The new music is so good. Here, I'll give you an example of of it. It's not. This isn't the actual example, but this is what it reminded me of. I'm not joking. Like it was very much a RimWorld experience. It was like, why is RimWorld soundtrack playing in the background? There's a bit of Firefly in there, yeah. There is also some horror stings in there, yeah. Yeah, StarCraft is a good example of it, yeah. RimWorld is secretly horror. I listened to the leak stuff yesterday and they nailed it again. Maverick, am I wrong in this sort of that sort of RimWorld comparison? There's a little bit of a synth horror at the entrance too, yeah. Oh, they have the hauling missions separated now too. I didn't know that. That's neat. Oop, that wasn't what I wanted.
Hi, this is your first job with our corp, right? Oh wait, sorry, that's the other contractor. I know you've done this job before, so just keep it up. Alright, later.
I love you, Elle. Never change. I hope they keep some of these contractor voice actors and actresses. I think they would be great for future contracts. Okay, here. This is what it sounded like. I'll pull it up one more time so you can. Am I wrong that it's very similar to this? Hard Space is another good example, yeah. They just need to get, like, mocaps. yeah, Els does.
Patch 907 just resubscribed for 8 months. 8 months of Rocket Shrike love.
Thank you so much, Escape, for that 8 months of support. You're very important, Papa. Very impressed by your very yes from you. Rock. Shots and cheers, chat, y'all. Shots and cheers. I'm risking it, chat. We'll see if it actually works. Oh, it's pulling up to the right. Oh, there's definitely some darker stuff in there, yeah. This is coming a little too fast, especially for a raft. I didn't realize this was Dell is an equal opportunity shipper, okay? Let's see if this one works. Looks like it's working.
Landing gear down.
Perfect. I fulfill all holes. I'll put it this way. Dell is perfectly happy to help out Hurston, and then in the same breath, stab them in the back. As usual. Let's see if this works. Chat. It's a miracle. It's a miracle. Chat, oh my God. Miracle on Pub Street, yeah. This is the hardest boss. Everything else works. Freight elevators are the first and hardest boss. I mean, same. I haven't seen one of these work in 3 days. I just hit best, so probably US. Which is surprising for a Saturday. You are the only person who misses landing splines. I mean, I don't either. I kind of miss them too, but mostly for the chaos it can cause to land. Oh, it is, but I don't have room for an Atlas here. And I find that the ATLS works pretty good. It's not as precise. If you know how to use it properly, it can go pretty fast. I mean, I think having repair jobs where you have to go repair like freight elevators or ship elevators, like just repair things that are normally super common for people to use is not a bad idea, especially in like more derelict locations or rundown. There is a fucking ATLS just chilling here. I didn't even see that. Okay. Usually there are, but. Yeah, basically what they did with Onyx. Those of you who don't know, the Onyx stations, they're mysteries. The Onyx event is a mystery. It's an investigation mission. I am not going to spoil it entirely, but I will say it involves an investigation into the guy behind...
Take away my spaceship. You can take away my
Stormbreaker.
space suit.
Dr. Jorrit.
You can even take away my space lasers. But you can never,
That's the main idea.
ever
It's an investigation into
take
Dr.
away my
Jorrit.
space game.
Yes, it's like a Cobalt mission. It's an investigation mission. Jorrit did some questionable stuff. Yes, it's an
RD
understatement.
Madeira just resubscribed for 48 months.
Thanks so much for that 48 months of support there, RD. You're very important, Papa, very impressive, very pedestrian. This your father's dream drinking night. Shots and cheers and chat, y'all. Shots and
Take away my
cheers.
spaceship.
That's why I really hope they keep the voice actor who plays Jorrit back online around, because I'd love to see Jorrit as a reoccurring evil villain type.
Ever take away my space game.
Full Nelson 87 has subscribed.
Thank you so much for that, for becoming a member on Twitch Prime there, Full Nelson. You're a very important, Papa, very pedestrian. This is your fault. You're drinking night. Shots and cheers and chat. You know, shots and cheers. I know there's a guy over there trying to do this. So there's multiple. There's another one over there. Yes. I haven't seen the audio logs at Lazarus. I'm gonna have to go through and do the Lazarus ones because I'm gonna do an expose on Dr. Jorrit in the fall. Who Dr. Jorrit is, what he did. Hey, bud, these work. Give me a few moments. I'm almost done. There's another one over there as well, besides me. That might be open. By the way, chat, if you don't want to know how to do this, Z. Hold Z. This is why these aren't perfect. No, I know. Mouse and wheel works, but it's not always as simple as that. I wonder how Onyx is going to fit into 1.0 if it's about the regen crisis and we'll have gone past the regen crisis 1.0. I imagine that the regen crisis isn't going to just end this year. I imagine that the regen crisis, I think I said it in my regen crisis video, that I think this is the backdoor introduction to the imprint viability score. So that we'll have an imprint viability score will come in with before 1.0, but as part of that process leading up to 1.0. So then when they go into 1.0 and they're like, okay, they're doing these things, it's like, just because it's 1.0 and the regen crisis is sort of mostly solved, doesn't mean that you know, people like Dr. Jorrit, who are, you know, basically war criminals. Crimes against humanity. That's it. I mean, the most famous thing that ASD did before this event, for these events, was release a neutron cannon, and at a public demonstration with a bunch of reporters and other folks, completely blow up. The weapon blew up during the demonstration, killing many of the reporters and like military personnel that were there. So they're pretty incompetent and also pretty shady. Kind of wish they picked a different letters, since ASD also refers to autism spectrum disorder. I mean, they'd probably find some sort of combination. It would be awesome if at the end of the Regen Crisis they add more medical gameplay and consequences for dying as a feature. I think that's part of what they're doing. Like, what they're doing is they're setting up what's known as in lore as the imprint viability score, or IVS. IVS is effectively your health bar. So like the better your IVS, the better overall, like the more lives you have. The lower your IVS is, the less lives you have. So like as you die, when you come back from regen, your IVS score will go down and eventually disappear. And when it gets too low, you're just dead. So. Looking forward to having to reset my character more often because of CIG. I don't think that's going to happen. I honestly don't think it's going to happen. I mean, yeah, that's actually the idea. The IVS, so you, like I've described it as you actually have two health bars in Star Citizen. And there are some games that use this mechanic where they have a soft health bar and a hard health bar. Peak is a great example of this. Peak has soft health and hard health, but it's connected to your stamina. So as you're poisoned and take damage, and get hurt, you don't die, but it means that you have less stamina in peak. And that's kind of how Star Citizen's going to work, in the sense that your hard health bar is separate from your soft health bar. Your soft health bar decides if you're standing up or standing down, if you're unconscious or conscious, what's injured on you, that kind of thing. And then your hard health bar is just how many times can you regen. You don't think my IVS score will go down when I died to an unintended CIG feature? I don't think they're going to introduce the IVS system until they have limited or removed those features. See, and that's the thing. What that would do is, we know about the IVS score, but we also know the IVS score for metatextual reasons, because they have told us this. And there are some references in lore about the IVS score existing. However, they can just retcon that. Because like 4 nerds read it. That's it. Like it's a game in development. So it would be easy to retcon that and then just introduce it to the universe at the same time to introduce to the characters. That would be good storytelling. Because those of us who know about it already know about it, but then it would be easier for people to swallow the bitter pill that will be. By Genie Point. There's a lot of people who are not okay with the way that are upset or concerned about how the regen system and the death of spacemen will work. I think will be a lot less concerned about it when CIG actually implements it. Because a lot of the in-game reactions to the regen crisis seems like people legitimately thought they were going to live forever. And I think that's sort of mirroring the reality of, or what kind of happens now. And so the writers are trying to write that in as sort of understanding that players are currently having this struggle to understand what the system is. And so they're just using this as a way of teaching players what the system is. 4 nerds read it. Be honest, Astropub, 3 nerds read it, and the 4th listened to them in the monthly report. Well, it wasn't actually listed in the monthly report. A lot of what I'm talking about is like the lore posts where like the IVS score was referenced in, God, I want to say a Far From Home post. It might have been referenced in the Star Watch post. We're talking like, again, we're talking about like really dedicated lore fiends would be the ones who know this. I think CIG will introduce it, strike a metaphorical pose, expecting praise, and then act shocked when the game still is killing people still. Now, if the second they announce it, if the game is still in a really bad position, like they're gonna get screaming from it. No, I get it, but I'm just saying you got to be more tongue-in-cheek than that. You got to be correctly when you're tongue-in-cheek. You got to say 4 nerds read it, and 3 nerds, 3 nerds listened to it on the Astro Historian, and the 4th read it like in passing. Tree's done a good job, like you, explaining to people who wish to listen. I just think a lot of people are making much ado about nothing, only because they're rightfully a bit traumatized. So Jin, you were asking earlier how I did this. Basically, tap and release. On off. Is that it? That's it. Now, watch as I make this cargo disappear.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system. Your vehicle has been moved.
And it's gone.
Goodbye.
Voila. Ah, I see. Now I see. Astropub is killing the server. Those physics calculations. Well, it should be pretty quick because this is also instanced. Let me show you. Ta-da! Magic! Magic happened, Shadowstalker. That works for cargo unloading. Just dump it on the deck and store it and then do that. It works for some of it. I tried the same trick with larger crates and it ate the crates. So it doesn't always work.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
Yes! Perfect timing on the
Your
delivery.
vehicle has
Really,
passed physical
really
check.
needed this. Arkle thanks you. See you next time.
Auto unload feature, yeah. Okay, it's saying it's getting an encoder overload. So chat, what I might do, I'm gonna stop this real quick. I was recording while this was happening. Because what I've been doing, the reason why I was having some issues is because I was playing around. What's the score for the corpse? I mean, you know what the score is. Person's winning by a lot. Person's already won this. And our corp is dead last. I only need 800 more. And it's like 190 per run. That's like 5 runs. What's my progress? I've got 319 for ArcCorp or for Microtech, which you can't see, but it's like, you know, not that much. And I've got 2011 for ArcCorp. So I still need 815 SCU. I've seen a bunch of streamers go choppy. There's nothing wrong with the streamer N2. Okay, chat. I'm gonna do one more stop and restart for YouTube and Twitch, because it looks like the recording is not stopping for whatever reason. Basically, what I've been doing is I've been playing with the recording settings, and everyone I could find was saying that the best bitrate to record on OBS was 50K. 50 kbps. It's recording, not streaming. But that seems to have caused some encoder issues. And I tried to move things around to see if the encoder was right or wrong. And I hit stop about a minute ago, and it's still fucking recording. So I'm gonna, in case this, just so this doesn't fuck up the stream for like the captain's table, we talk about it a little later, I'm going to stop the stream again and restart it really quickly. All right, chat? So don't go anywhere.